All right. Welcome back, everybody. This is JP Trades. We are getting back into the Bitcoin charts for the Bitcoin update today. Been a bit busy this morning, scalping these moves on the long as well as this current short. However, let's take a look at the chart to see what happened yesterday. We had an amazing long, and we are dipping into our short right now. So we have had, as usual, back-to-back trades. This trade actually, let's move it on up, was about a 17.8R long. And I'm hoping this short can at least come back down to VWAP. So let's see what else is going on in the charts today. And we are going to do a little bit of live updates today. So this might be a little bit longer. I have already mapped out our high level time frames. So that is good. And I might have to pause here momentarily to take some profits. So bear with me on this update. We are hitting the monthly level. Let me take a look. I'm going to pause the screen real quick. I'm still here with y'all. So I'm just going to take a couple contracts off of this trade, and I'm going to move my stop loss down. As you all know in the VIP Discord, how I like to do, I like to lock in profits very quickly and aggressively along the way because I know I can always find another way back in. I have zero FOMO, but that has come with 10 plus years of trading at this point. So I don't expect anyone to have that level of patience overnight. I'm back visually. So I just wanted to take a little bit of profit here that we are reaching this monthly level because that could be like a back test long of that level. So also looking at order flow real quick. Okay. So let's dive back in. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. So this was a nice. So really, this was just a nice range play. Again, I would love for it to actually pump up higher and to create a higher time frame reversal. So yesterday, we did hit our golden zone into an order block of demand, and that was a beautiful trade. And something to note here, again, this is like kind of in my 101 series, market structure 101 or auction market theory 101. And that is sorry, I'm kind of watching a few things at once. Bear with me. Okay, we're good. So that is auction market theory 101, balance to imbalance. So we see a nice imbalance here, followed by balancing, imbalance, balance, imbalance, balance, imbalance. So what am I trying to point out? We had a fast move up, fast move down, fast move up. So what we might have here is a kind of a balance and then another fast move down. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking to take at least back to the VWAP if you're in this short trade. Now, if we do come and fill some of these single prints here or actually come down to the VWAP, we could shoot on back up and continue this ultimate uptrend, right? So we have to be ready for every scenario. You have to be ready for short, long, flipping your bias as our bias changes, as data comes in. So we're judging the data as it comes in, and we aren't getting married to one side or the other. Now, if you're swing trading, that's a whole nother story. That's a long-term play, and that might not apply to you unless you go up here to the daily time frame and you're kind of looking, we want to see our downward structure continue on. Maybe you're looking for that kind of play, and this is your short to continue down to a new low. That could happen as well. But if you're a short-term trader like I am, I'm not quite looking that far ahead. However, on this short, if I do take a lot of profit here, I might decide to leave a runner to run on down and take these lows. However, I'm trading this as a range, and I'm trading everything within this range that I find tradable. That's how I make money every single day. So I'm not waiting around for weeks on end, or maybe days, could be weeks. Maybe you only take a trade once or twice a month if you're a swing trader. But if you're sleeping and you missed your trade during, you're sleeping, then you have to wait around for another few days, another few weeks, another few months. Who knows? Depending on what time frame you're looking at. But I do not like that style of trading. I'm here to scalp. I'm here to day trade. I'm here to make, 3, 5, 10, 15% every single day on my account. As you can see in the Discord, you see what I do. So let's break this down from a range standpoint. We know that we have hit our golden pocket on the low side. Let's just go ahead and pull the high and low out here. So we had a discount into premium. So this is just basic stuff. This is basic S&C theory. So what am I looking for next? Again, the next scalp or TP I would look for the short is VWAP. And we can go down here in the 15-minute. You see the gray line, that is VWAP. So that's exactly what I would be looking for to take profits on this short, TP1. Then come down to the weekly level where you see this range, back test that range for TP2. And then you have the lows of where we longed yesterday that could be taken out as TP3. And then maybe leave a runner for these daily lows here and beyond. So we also have a inner range. And this would be our inner range. So we can see that in this also smaller inner range here, that we have a golden pocket. So we have a range inside of a range inside of a range, like we always do. We have ranges in every time frame, all over the place. The market is nothing but a set of ranges. Okay, so like I said, I've already drawn out. I'm just looking at this golden pocket zone. Keep that in mind. So I've already drawn out the high time frame and high volume levels. However, let's go through and see if we can see any newly created order blocks that we can look for on the low side. And I see one that aligns nicely with our weekly level right there that I was looking at with the golden pocket. That is a very nice confluence area. I'm going to add an alert here. Also, I'm going to add an alert right before VWAP. And I'm also going to add an alert right before about the 50% mitigation of this single print. Okay, keep on looking for our order blocks here. I'm going to mark out that zone. Do have another zone right here. However, I don't like the confluence on that zone as much, but we'll go ahead and mark it out. Could lead to a nice scalp trade. So the reason why I mark out so many order blocks instead of just a few, you could come down here, have a long, come back up, and then this be the ultimate area to long, but this still gives you a nice scalp. So I'm not going to leave it out. 45 minutes. And this is where you get into some overlap here. do have one right here, but we already have one taking that space. I like the other one a little bit better, higher time frame. So I'm going to keep the higher time frame on the chart. I do have a 15-minute one, but I'm okay on that. I do want to mark this one out because this could lead to a very tight stop loss in that order block. So it's an order block inside of an order block with that weekly level right there. And I'm going to pull. Yeah, so that's not really giving me what I was expecting there. So the point of control is actually down quite a bit. Let's take it from here. Yep, okay. I want to see the volume on this move up now. Nice. Okay, so this level right here with this weekly, that's going to be our probably the most prime level out of all of these. That'll give us the most juice. All right, let's keep going. Actually, those are 15-minute. I'm not going to go any lower than that for order blocks. So we have our order blocks. I'm going to put an alert at these to watch these lows for an SFP, these lows into this negative VWAP. Put an alert here right before these order blocks. And another one from this order block that we have already hit to see if it provides us support once more. So let's go back to the 4 hour, and we haven't really done anything with structure. On the 4 hour, the 1 hour we did have that market structure shift here. Right there. So 1 hour is back bullish. However, we need to get back above here for our 4 hour. No, I'm sorry. We're going to actually have to move that down. Now that we made this low, I want the 4 hour here now. Depending on if you take the 4 hour from the highs down, which I often do, but you also have this internal leg of structure that I'm not going to ignore. So I do want to watch both of these highs. So I'm going to be watching this high and this high to be broken, depending on how you're pulling that. But if I was to pull this from the bottom up, you see this here. We broke that yesterday. I'm sorry, on Friday. So I do also want to watch this high. It's a very important high, as well as the area that we're in right now. Hold on just 1 second. I need to check my position. I might have gotten stopped out. Yes, I did get stopped out on the short. I'm glad I took a little bit of profit now. All right. Size down just a little bit on this next one. Okay, I just wanted to get my alerts set and my trades ready. Let's go back into here. Okay, so what am I looking for today? Hold on, let me take a moment to look at this once more. I've been so zoomed in scalping, I need to take a step back, zoom out, take a look at everything. I often suggest and encourage doing that, especially when you get zoomed in so much. I actually have a couple screens that I always watch. So I have several time frames that I'm looking at all at the same time. Let's take our volume pull from the bottom here. Okay, so if we break back into value there, that point of control is right near that weekly. I really like that level the best for another continuation long. However, if we get acceptance back into this value area, sometimes that means we're going to have a full rotation of this range. So with that said, could this be the Model 2 redistribution for this short? So we broke down from the Model 2, and this is the back test, or what I like to call RIMC, range initiation mitigation continuation, for that redistribution back down. So this could be our lower high to continue on down, or we're just going to range here for a little bit. And I would love it if we do that too. Creates a lot of nice range trades. And that's where most of your money will be made, is in ranges, because markets range about 70% of the time. So yeah, if I were to pick my favorite zones in this range, it's going to be this one here, as well as this one here. And of course, your range high and your range low. As of right now, that's where those are the 4 trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, as well as this one right here being number 5, but it's being engaged currently. Yeah, those are my favorite setups as of for now. If we break out of this range, I'll do another update. But if we do break out of the range, of course, I like these 2 areas with these high volume areas right here, obviously. And down below, same thing, sweep these lows into this area or this area. And like I've explained over and over again, I'm still waiting for that $74,000 area. $74,000 is going to be my prime area for a swing trade. I've explained that over and over and over again. Okay, so this video is getting a little long. I will end it here. I will catch y'all back in the Discord. I will update y'all live in the time as I'm taking trades as usual as I can. And I will catch y'all later.